I didn't plan revenge. I just wanted peace. But when I finally posted that photo of my brand new $135,000 Porsche 911 and my phone started blowing up, that's when they came crawling back. Mom, Dad, my sister, Claire, people who hadn't called in 2 years. Suddenly, I was the golden child again. But what they didn't know was that I had a surprise waiting for them. I grew up in a picture-perfect suburban home in Colorado. You know the kind. White fences, green lawns, a family that looked happy from the outside. But inside, I was always the odd one out. My sister Claire was the favorite. Perfect grades, perfect hair, perfect everything. I was the quiet one, the artsy disappointment, who wanted to design cars instead of studying law like Dad. Every dinner table conversation was the same. Dad talking about Claire's internship, Mom smiling proudly, and me sitting there, unheard. By the time I was 25, I'd learned to stop expecting love from them. The wedding they never came to. When I met Haley, everything changed. She was kind, real, and she loved me for who I was, not what I owned. We decided to get married quietly. A small ceremony at a lakeside chapel in Denver. Just a few friends, a pastor, and love. I called my parents 3 times that week. No answer. Finally, Mom texted, "Ethan, we can't make it. Claire has a charity event that same day. You understand?" No, I didn't understand. They skipped my wedding like I didn't exist. Haley saw the look in my eyes that day, and she whispered, "You don't need them, Ethan. You have us now." And she was right. But inside, that silence burned. Fast forward 2 years, I poured everything I had into my startup, Velocity Motors Design. I worked 18-hour days, slept on my office couch, lived on coffee and cold pizza. Everyone said it wouldn't work. Even Mom once said, "You're chasing fantasies, Ethan. Be realistic like Clay." But when our car design got picked up by a luxury manufacturer in Germany, everything changed overnight. Suddenly, I wasn't the failure son anymore. I was CEO Ethan Miller. My first big purchase? A black Porsche 911 Carrera. Not to show off, but to remind myself that pain can become fuel. One Friday morning, Haley took a photo of me beside the Porsche. She posted it with the caption, "Proud of the man who built his dreams from nothing." Within hours, it blew up. Tens of thousands of likes, hundreds of comments, people tagging me, journalists DMing me. And among those notifications was one name I hadn't seen in years. Mom, the call. I remember that call like it was yesterday. Her voice was soft, too soft. "Ethan, honey, we need to talk. Come home. Family meeting tomorrow." For a second, I thought maybe she was proud. Maybe they finally saw me. But Haley looked at me and said, "Ethan, are you sure this isn't just about your Porsche?" I wanted to believe it wasn't. But deep down, I knew it was. So I said yes. But this time, I wasn't going there as the boy who begged for their approval. I was going as the man who didn't need it anymore. And I had a little surprise planned for them. The return. The next afternoon, I pulled into my parents' driveway. The same white house, the same porch swing, but it all felt smaller now. I parked the Porsche right in front of their window. Shining black paint, custom rims, the engine humming softly. As I stepped out, I saw the curtains move. Mom was watching. She opened the door, arms wide. "Ethan, oh my God, look at you. That car. You've done so well." Dad came too, pretending to smile. "Son, we're proud of you. We always knew you'd make it." "Always knew?" Funny, I didn't remember them at my wedding. I forced a polite smile. "Thanks, Dad. So, what's this family meeting about?" They exchanged a glance. Mom led me to the dining table. Claire was already there, in designer clothes, holding her phone like it was oxygen. Mom cleared her throat. "Ethan, we've been thinking. You're successful now, and Claire is planning to open her own business. Maybe you two could partner? Help each other?" There it was. Not love, not pride, greed. I looked at Claire. She smiled like she was entitled to my success. "Ethan, I mean, you owe it to the family, right?" The surprise. I smiled, but inside something clicked. "You're right," I said slowly. "Family matters, which is why I brought something for all of you." Mom's eyes lit up. "Oh, Ethan, that's so sweet of you. I reached into my bag and pulled out a small silver envelope. 3 of them, actually. 1 for each of them. They opened them, expecting checks. Instead, inside each was a wedding photo. Mine and Haley's, the same one they never cared to see. Mom froze. Claire frowned. Dad looked away. You see, I said quietly, I didn't need your money to build my life. I needed your presence, but you weren't there. So this, I pointed to the Porsche outside, is what your silence created. I stood up, ready to leave. But then I paused at the door. By the way, that Porsche outside, it's not just mine. It's a show model from my company. You know, the company you once called a fantasy. We're launching our next line next month. It's called the Haley Edition. Named after the only person who believed in me. Haley stepped out from the car right then, dressed elegantly, holding my hand. Mom's eyes welled up, maybe from regret, maybe from realization. I didn't care to know which. You wanted a family meeting, I said. Here's mine. As we walked back to the car, Mom called out, Ethan, wait, we're sorry. I stopped, turned halfway, and smiled sadly. I forgave you a long time ago, but forgiveness doesn't mean return. And with that, the Porsche roared to life. The reflection of that White House faded in my rearview mirror. Smaller, distant, irrelevant. For the first time in my life, I wasn't driving away from something. I was driving toward everything I'd built. Love, peace, and self-respect. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't loud. It's success, served quietly, with class. They skipped my wedding like I didn't exist. But when they saw what I built without them, they realized I was never the one who needed to come home. They were the ones who left it.